Previously, we were introduced to Hisako Ichiki, a student haunted by a mysterious figure linked to the death of her classmate Tsubasa. As this dark presence grows more threatening, it triggers a latent power in Hisako, setting her on the path to becoming the mutant known as Armor. The scene opens with Hisako laying in her bed, settling in for a quick afternoon nap. As she begins to doze, a shadowy figure appears, eerily crawling across her face. Suddenly, Hisako's eyes snap open, and she finds herself lying in the grass beside Tsubasa, who expresses his gratitude for skipping school with him. This is the same Tsubasa, her former classmate, who committed suicide recently. Tsubasa confides in Hisako that he plans to quit school permanently, not just for the day. Hisako remarks that his decision feels rebellious, but she wonders if she should have probed deeper into his reasons for dropping out. Looking up at the sky, Hisako watches as it morphs into the sinister shadow that has been stalking her. Yet she realizes she is dreaming. She suspects the shadow is linked to the death of a teacher, possibly involved in Tsubasa's suicide. Returning from an unsuccessful trip to buy eggs for her mother, Hisako meets Mei, a new and somewhat eccentric student. Hisako invites Mei to accompany her to a place mentioned in a note from the shadow, and Mei accepts. Upon arriving, they discover the location is an old, abandoned school. Mei questions what this school has to do with a recent car accident Hisako was involved in. Hisako explains that she received a similar note before the accident, which directed her to a temple. At the temple, Hisako recalls encountering a sinister figure speaking of vengeance, followed by a teacher's death. Now, Hisako is determined to stop this entity before it harms anyone else, prompting Mei to liken her to a superhero. As they explore the school, they run into a security guard who demands they leave immediately. In one room, they find damp stuffed animals hanging from the ceiling, walls covered with notes, and the shadowy figure, which thanks Hisako for coming. It ominously informs her that Tsubasa's tormentors will no longer be a problem. Hisako tries to alert the security guard about the murderous shadow, but finds he has turned into a monstrous creature that chases her and Mei. During the pursuit, Mei reveals her own powers, using them to delay the guard, but the shadow continues to chase Hisako. Using her newfound armor ability, Hisako manages to stop the shadow's assault, but accidentally destroys the eggs she was supposed to bring home to her mom. The episode closes with a shadow looming over the abandoned school and another undisclosed location. The issue hints that the shadow may be the malevolent projection of another student's troubled psyche. It turns out the student behind the shadow is seeking vengeance for Tsubasa's death, and now identifies Hisako as the girl in his visions. The following day, Hisako is shaken by news of 3 classmates' deaths, as prophesied earlier by the shadowy figure they encountered in the abandoned school. She fears she might be next. She later discovers Mei is actually her classmate, and their shared experience sparks the beginning of an exciting new friendship.